/ how many times have you walked away from a conversation only to wonder later, was she interested in me? Did I just miss my chance? You see, attraction isn't always spoken aloud. Women communicate through subtle signs, movements, gestures, and micro-expressions that reveal what they truly feel. But if you don't know how to read these signals, you could be letting golden opportunities slip through your fingers. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, because today we're unlocking the secrets of female body language, subtle yet powerful signals that show when a woman is truly into you. And no, these aren't the cliche signs you've heard before. These are the real psychology-backed behaviors that separate casual interactions from true interest. So stay until the end, because these signs will completely change how you perceive attraction. Let's get started. Sign number 1. Her feet point toward you, the unconscious attraction signal. Let's start with one of the most overlooked yet incredibly telling signs of attraction. Her feet. You might be thinking, her feet really? But trust me, this is one of the most honest subconscious signals that reveals true interest, unlike the hands or face, which we consciously control. Our feet often betray our true emotions. Think about it. When we're engaged, comfortable, and interested in something, our body naturally aligns with it. If a woman is attracted to you, even if she's not fully aware of it, her feet will point directly at you. Now let's flip the scenario. If she's disinterested or uncomfortable, her feet will usually turn toward an exit, another person, or simply away from you. This is an instinctive reaction. It's her body creating distance, even if she remains polite in conversation. Here's a real-world example. Imagine you're in a meeting or a social event. She's talking to someone else, but her feet remain pointed in your direction. Even when she turns her upper body to interact with others, her lower body tells a different story. It stays connected to you. How to respond when you notice this sign? Now, the big question, what should you do if you notice this first? Don't make it awkward by suddenly staring at her feet. That's not the move. Instead, take this as a green light to deepen the interaction. Lean in slightly, hold steady eye contact, and show genuine interest in what she's saying. This subtle body language cue is an invitation, and your job is to respond with confidence. And here's where things get even more interesting. If this signal is accompanied by other attraction cues, like playful gestures or mirroring your movements, you've just unlocked a major sign that she's into you. Now, before we move on to the next signal, take a moment to think, has this ever happened to you? Have you ever caught someone's feet subtly pointing at you, even in a crowded room? Drop a comment below and let me know. All right, we've only just scratched the surface. The next sign is even more fascinating. It's all about what she does with her hands. When she's around you, you don't want to miss this one. Let's keep going. Sign number 2. Her hands give her away. The subtle touch of attraction. Now let's talk about something that's even more revealing. Her hands, because believe it or not, a woman's hands can give away what's happening in her mind, even before she says a word. Women have an unconscious way of expressing nervous excitement when they're around someone they like. If you notice her touching her jewelry, playing with her hair, adjusting her watch, or even tracing her fingers along the rim of her glass, she's likely channeling nervous energy because you've captured her interest. This isn't random. Psychology tells us that these subtle repetitive hand movements serve 2 purposes. 1, they're a way to release built-up energy when she feels an emotional charge, and 2, they suddenly draw your attention to her hands, her wrists, or her neckline areas that signal femininity and attraction, breaking down the psychology of hand gestures. So why do women do this? Well, researching behavioral psychology shows that when we're around someone, we're drawn to our nervous system, reacts, our heart rate speeds up, and our bodies instinctively look for ways to channel that energy. For women, this often comes out in subtle, almost subconscious subconscious hand gestures, notice the difference. When she's talking to someone, she's neutral about her hands, remain still, her gestures controlled, but when she's speaking to someone, she's attracted to her hands, suddenly have a mind of their own. Real-life examples of hand gestures that indicate interest. Now let's apply this to the real world. Imagine you're on a date, and as you're talking, you notice she keeps playing with the sleeve of her sweater or running her fingers along the rim of her glass. She's not thinking about these movements consciously. Her body is reacting to being near you. Or maybe you're at work and during a casual conversation, she keeps touching the pendant on her necklace while talking to you. She's not fascinated by her jewelry. She's reacting to the energy of the moment. These are all small but very real signs that she's engaged and attracted. What should you do if you notice this? All right, so you've picked up on this sign. Now, what the key is to respond in a way that makes her feel comfortable and builds on the connection first. Don't point it out. You don't want to suddenly say, "Oh, I see you playing with your necklace. Does that mean you like me?" That's going to make things awkward. Instead, subtly mirror her energy. If she's touching her wrist or adjusting her clothing, you can do something similar, like casually fixing your cuff or brushing your fingers along your glass. This creates a subconscious connection and deepens the interaction. Another great move, lean in slightly. If she's playing with her accessories or smoothing her dress, it's often a sign of preening, meaning she wants to look her best in front of you. Respond by showing equal engagement. Lean in a little, hold steady eye contact, and let her feel that you're fully present in the moment. A key warning when it's just a habit. Now, here's something important. Context matters. Some women have habits like constantly twirling their hair or adjusting their rings, even when they're alone. That's why you need to look for clusters of attraction signals. If she's playing with her jewelry but avoiding eye contact and turning her body away, she might just be fidgeting. But if she's also leaning toward you, mirroring your movements and smiling for no reason, you've got something real. So the next time you're in a conversation and notice these small yet powerful hand gestures, pay attention. They might just be her way of saying, "I'm interested," without ever saying a word before we move on to the next sign. Let me ask, have you ever noticed someone playing with their jewelry or hair around you? Did you ever wonder if it meant something? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Sign number 3. She adjusts her posture for you, the unconscious desire to impress. One of the most revealing signs of attraction is how a woman adjusts her posture when she's around you. This isn't about dramatic movements or exaggerated poses. It's the small instinctive shifts in her body language that show she wants to present the best version of herself in your presence. When a woman is attracted to someone, her body naturally reacts before she even realizes it. Think about it. Have you ever walked into a room and noticed someone suddenly sitting up straighter, fixing their hair, or subtly adjusting their outfit? That's not a coincidence. It's an unconscious response designed to appear more attractive and engaging. Why does she do this? Human psychology tells us that when we're drawn to someone, we instinctively want to make a good impression. This doesn't mean she's faking interest. It's actually quite the opposite. It's her body's way of signaling that she values how you perceive her. When a woman straightens her posture, lifts her chin slightly, or tilts her head while talking to you, it's a natural way of enhancing her physical presence. This is especially true if she was previously sitting or standing in a more relaxed or slouched position and suddenly corrects it when you arrive. Subtle posture adjustments that indicate attraction. She sits or stands taller if she was relaxed or leaning back and then suddenly sits up straight. When she notices you, she's subconsciously trying to appear more poised and confident. She adjusts her clothing. This can be something as minor as smoothing out her dress, fixing her neckline, or adjusting her sleeves. It's a sign that she's becoming more aware of her appearance around you. She tilts her head slightly. A head tilt, while listening to you is a sign of engagement and openness. It's her way of saying, I'm interested in what you're saying. She crosses or recrosses her legs. If she shifts her legs in a way that subtly highlights her figure or creates a more elegant posture, it could be a sign of subconscious attraction. She leans in slightly if she's engaged in the conversation and subtly leans toward you. It's a strong indicator that she's drawn to you and comfortable in your presence. How to tell the difference between interest and habit? It's important to differentiate between attraction-based posture adjustments and normal behavior. Some people naturally sit up straight or fix their clothing out of habit. The key is to look for patterns and combinations of body language cues. For example, if she adjusts her posture only when you're nearby or combines it with other signs like maintaining eye contact, smiling, or mirroring your gestures, then it's a strong indication that she's interested. On the other hand, if she sits up straight but avoids looking at you or engages minimally in conversation, it might just be a personal habit rather than a sign of attraction. How should you respond if you notice her adjusting her posture around you? Take it as a good sign. Here's how you can respond. Mirror her engagement. If she leans in slightly, you can do the same. This helps build a natural rhythm in the conversation and creates a sense of mutual attraction. Maintain confident body language, keep your posture open, relaxed and engaged, avoid slouching or looking distracted, as this can disrupt the connection. Compliment her subtly if she adjusts her clothing or fixes her hair. A simple "you look great today" can acknowledge her effort in a way that makes her feel appreciated. A woman's posture is one of the most subconscious ways she communicates interest. If you notice her subtly straightening up, adjusting her outfit, or tilting her head when talking to you, chances are she wants to make a good impression. Combine this with other attraction signals and you'll have a much clearer understanding of her feeling. The next time you're in a conversation, pay attention to these small yet powerful shifts. They might just reveal more than words ever could.